So today I'm going to show you how to achieve this really cool 3D spider effect look, and I'm going to go in depth on the steps on how to do so stay tuned so you can figure out how to create your own 3D spiders. So what you're going to do next is create the body of the spider. I did a round base and then I came a little bit tighter towards the top, and then you're going to create the head of the spider as well, so connect the body, and then you're going to do a little bit of a smaller circle towards the top, kind of like a half circle for the head of the spider. Now that the spider's body is filled in, we're going to create the center of the legs. So really look to see where you want the legs to go, and you could start off by placing dots to kind of get a little bit of an understanding on where the legs are going to be placed. Now the last dots that I place, I kind of place them to the side because of the way that you want the legs to be bent. You want to have it off to the side. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take from the body of the spider, you're going to take the leg line to the dot, and then you're going to take from the dot and go down. The dot is going to be actually the joint of the spider's leg, and you will see here in a second that I go to the dot and then I go down and then I go down again to create kind of an arch of the leg. And I apologize because I did not realize till after I filmed this that my hand was blocking what I was doing. So what I'm doing right here is I'm actually just creating that joint of where that dot was, and you can see that I'm just kind of taking it out a little bit further around that dot, creating a little bit of a spider joint for the leg. So follow these steps for the next legs on the spider. As you're going to see here, I'm taking the line from the body to the circle, the little dot I made. I'm going to create a little bit of a joint. I believe these details really bring the look together, and this makes it look like he's actually crawling on my arm. So you'll see I drag it down, and then I make a little bit of another joint, and then I make the bottom part of his leg. I will follow this for all of the rest of the legs on the body. On the back part of the legs, you will see I will do a little bit of a different technique just to make it look like he's actually crawling on my arm, but just watch and you will see how to do it. So here's where the 3D magic happens, and you're going to be so shocked at how easy this is. You're going to take a black shadow. I'm using a pointed buffing brush from Morphe. I will link down the brush name in the details because I can't remember right now off the top of my head. But I'm taking it from the spider's tip of her, I guess I'm calling her now, of her leg, and I'm bringing it towards the front connection of where I took that line and connected it to the body for the leg, and this is going to create the 3D shadow. Now you want to apply this very lightly to start, and then towards the actual leg portion, you can see I'm darkening up the shadow, and you're going to want to go lighter towards the body. So as you find your lines, do your line first and then go back in and do your shadowing. As you get towards the higher pointed legs like I'm on now, you may not go all the way to the body with a darker shade, but you're going to want to curve. You want to think of that, what a shadow would actually look like. So I'm actually curving it out, so like the sun is hitting it, it's curving that leg, and I'm going to do it just a tiny bit darker to give it a little bit more detail because it's a little bit higher up, so it's going to create a little bit more of a shadow. So really think about those details when you are shadowing like this, but this is a very simple technique to really bring any type of piece like this to life and create those shadows. But remember the details of curving, where it's going to be. Some of the legs I'll only do just a shadow at the tip of the leg based on what it would actually look like if there was a shadow on the spider. Now we're going to get into even more details. This is going to be a black widow, so I want to do the red portion on the spider's back. Again, this is a really hard angle for me to film and not block a part of it, so I'm sorry, but you will see once I move my hand, I'm just creating a line and I'm following I basically looked up on Google what the back of a black widow looks like, and I followed that for the back of my spider, and I'm using the Mehron Paradise paint palettes to create this. So really just find, if you're going to do a spider detail, that you just make sure that you have a picture to reference from, or just have fun in your mind and create the look that you want to have. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take white Paradise paint palette from the Mehron palette, and I'm going to go in and do some highlighting. Now a normal spider, if it was hit by the sunlight, is going to have some type of glisten or highlight to it. I believe that stuff like this are really going to tie your look together and really finish them off with detail. So I'm going inside the joints, I'm going along the leg lines, and you can really just kind of play along with this. Feel free to just be artistic with it, basically. Find what you really think would have a highlight on it, stick it on there. You don't like it, put some black paint back over it, but I feel like this really helps it give that 3D dimension effect. now your spider is basically done. Feel free to add a little bit more details if you'd like. You'll see the next clip that I actually decided to do another spider. I was having too much fun with this, so I wanted to do one more, and I just designed it out of my head and had fun with some artistic painting. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to subscribe, and if you want more videos like this, please drop it in the comments on what you'd like to see.